They say the jungle hides more than just animals, that in some forgotten corners, it breathes, watches, and waits. In 2018, I joined a group of 4 friends on what was supposed to be a thrilling hiking trip near the remote village of Surali. The place was surrounded by one of the densest forests in northern India, mostly uncharted and spoken about in hushed tones by locals. We weren't professional trekkers, just a bunch of city people craving adventure. Ravi, Salmir, Mehak, Tanvi, and I. We had all done small treks before, nothing extreme. Just the kind of trips you post about on Instagram later. In Rishikesh, we met a local hiker who told us about a hidden trail called the Vanishing Path. An off-map route that supposedly led to the ruins of an abandoned tribal site, long swallowed by nature. He warned us, not with drama, but with tired eyes and a quiet voice. Go there only if the jungle lets you leave. We laughed, assumed it was just part of the folklore, and moved on. That was our first mistake. On the first day, everything felt magical. The air was crisp, the sky clean. Sunlight spilled through high canopies, and the deeper we went, the more unreal it felt. Untouched, alive, sacred. We found a clearing near a narrow stream to set up camp and made jokes around the fire that night. But sometime around 3 a.m., I woke up to absolute silence. No crickets, no night birds. Just a thick stillness that pressed against my ears. Something felt off, like we weren't alone. I thought maybe I was just overthinking, until Tanvi, trembling beside me, whispered that she saw a dark figure move beyond the trees. Tall, still, just watching. We checked, but found nothing. Morning came with a strange heaviness, and then we realized Mahak was gone. Her bag was there. Her shoes, phone, water bottle, untouched. As if she had vanished straight out of her sleeping bag. Panic set in quickly, but we tried to stay logical. We split up a bit to search around, marked trees, left bright ribbons. But the jungle was thick, endless, and oddly unfamiliar. Even though we'd only been walking in one direction, no broken branches, no screams, no footprints. Just gone. We decided to head back toward the main trail to get help, but that is, when we realized it wasn't there anymore. The way we came in had vanished. Every path led back to the same stream, the same fallen tree, as if we were in some kind of loop. I've read about this sort of disorientation before, but this was different. Almost like the forest itself was reshaping behind our backs. That night, Samir couldn't sleep. He kept murmuring things in his dreams. Nonsense at first, but it started forming sentences. They're watching from the roots, he said. Don't leave the fire. Don't step off the old path. When we woke him up, he didn't remember saying any of it. His hands were covered in soil like he'd been digging. That evening, we kept the fire going bright and sat close, barely speaking. But around midnight, Ravi stood up, completely calm, and started walking into the trees without a word. We called out, ran after him. But within seconds, he was gone. No sound, no movement, like the jungle swallowed him whole. We didn't sleep that night, just sat staring at the trees, expecting them to reach back. By morning, Tanvi broke down. She wanted to run, to scream, to do something. I tried to hold her together, but we were both cracking. That's when we heard whispers. Not loud, but surrounding us, like the rustle of leaves was forming words. I remember one sentence clearly. You were invited. That night, the temperature dropped. Fog rolled in thick and fast, and even the fire felt weak. I drifted in and out of sleep, and I swear I saw something in my dreams. Or maybe in reality. I was underground, deep beneath twisted roots and crumbling earth. Something old lived there, older than names, older than language. It had no face, just dozens of eyes that blinked in unison, watching me with amusement and hunger. Its voice sounded like the wind scraping over bones. It whispered, "One may return to speak, so others stay away." I woke up gasping, and I was alone. Tanvi was gone. Camp was gone. Everything gone. Only my backpack lay nearby, half covered in moss, though I knew I had kept it inside my tent. The trees around me were different. Older, larger, closer. It felt like I had been moved. For hours I wandered, delirious, barely aware of where I was going. But then, Somehow, I stepped out onto a narrow dirt path. Moments later, I collapsed. I was found the next morning by a group of forest rangers who were inspecting animal migration trails. They said I was dehydrated, half-conscious, and muttering strange things in my sleep. I was hospitalized for 2 weeks. When I recovered and told them what had happened, they looked at each other. Then one of them, an older man with deep lines around his eyes, simply said, "You're not the first." There had been others, hikers, tourists, even a botanist once, all who vanished in that same stretch of jungle. Some were never found. 1 or 2, like me, were returned, confused, alone, unable to explain what had happened. The trail, no one's ever found it again. Locals believe the forest chooses who it lets in and who it lets out, and sometimes it keeps the rest for itself. I still don't know why I was spared. Maybe the jungle wants someone to tell the story, to warn others. So here it is, my warning. If you ever find yourself near the woods of Sorali and someone tells you about an unmarked trail that leads deeper into the unknown, don't follow it. Don't let curiosity kill you, because some paths were never meant to be walked and some disappear, along with everyone who dares to find them.